The man woke up on the beach. He looked around and saw a crew member lying on the shore. Only when he walked closer did he realize that the other person had drowned. He knew this was not the time to grieve because the small boat was damaged. He had to find the other companions first. However, no one responded to him. He immediately had a bad feeling. As expected, he found another drowned crew member. The man dragged the crew member back to the shore and then buried them. Looking at the coconuts on the tree, Tom was extremely hungry and thirsty. He kept hitting the coconut and finally a crack appeared. He quickly brought it to his mouth, savoring the sweet coconut juice. To escape this desert island, Tom packed his things, ready to climb to the top of the mountain to ask for help. After a difficult climb, he finally reached the top, but there was only the sea everywhere, not even a bird in sight. This made Tom completely desperate. He had no choice but to go down the mountain. On the way, he heard a dog barking. He followed the sound and found the dog had fallen into a pit. Tom was very happy and quickly jumped down to save the dog. With the dog's company, he felt less lonely. But to survive here, he still needed to solve the food problem next. Tom lit a fire. Due to his lack of hunting experience, he could only eat some insects. The next morning, Tom decided to go back to the boat to get some tools. He went to the deck and found nothing except a few mice. Then he went to the cabin. He had no hope at first, but after prying open the cabinet door, there were several shotguns inside. Not only that, there was also a large pile of gold coins and even a few bottles of red wine. He carried all the things to the deck, then tied them up with ropes. In this way, he returned to the beach. The next day, Tom took a gun to go hunting and accidentally found a human skull. Only then did he realize that the island was not as simple as he thought, so he decided to build a boat. He cut down some big trees, then cut the wood into sections. In the following days, his hard-working figure could be seen every day. Even though his hands were worn out, he did not stop. Maybe his efforts were seen by God. He found a group of wild ducks, so Tom raised them and enjoyed roasted duck that night. With his continuous efforts, the small boat was finally built. Before leaving, he put on new clothes and even set off firecrackers to celebrate. Then he removed the boat's supports. As he cut open the sandbag, the lever was triggered. The boat slid down along the rollers, but the next second, the boat hit a rock and broke. Looking at the scene in front of him, Tom felt deep helplessness. The man had just dropped his daughter off when a terrorist attack happened. A huge blast wave knocked him down. When he woke up again, he rushed into the smoke in a hurry, but all he found was his daughter's body. So the man took out all his savings, only hoping to catch the killer quickly. The sheriff had no choice but to tell him. The attack was planned by a terrorist group called RIA. After hearing this, the man left without hesitation. Soon he locked onto the target, an Irish politician, once a leader of RIA. The man went to find him, hoping to get answers from him, but the politician refused to say anything. Seeing this, the man said no more. He walked into the toilet, took out the prepared explosives, tied the bottle mouth with a rope and hung it in the air. Then he lit a cigarette. After that, the man left calmly. A violent explosion threw the whole building into chaos. No traces were found at the scene. The politicians in the building were furious, but this was just a small warning from the man. He would do anything for revenge. Soon his second revenge came. The man made a batch of bombs at home. That day, when the politicians' men were about to drive, one of them suddenly noticed something wrong. He opened the fuel tank carefully and found a note inside with a name on it. It turned out the man didn't plan to kill them. He just wanted to tell the politician he could kill him anytime. The politician had to return to his manor. He had an elite special police team deployed there. He thought he could rest easy this way, but all this was part of the man's plan. He drove to the politician's manor, covered his car with branches, and erased his tracks. At night, he snuck into the stable with bombs and took care of 2 sentries easily. As the countdown hit 0, a huge flame burst through the stable. When the politician heard the explosion, he rushed out of the manor. He knew this was the man's final warning. The enraged politician sent men to arrest the man. In the carpet search, they soon found traces of the man. Little did they know this was all the man's plan. The first man stepped into the woods and was tripped by a steel cable. The man hiding nearby immediately covered him. The others found the man's backpack, and as they walked forward, their feet were pierced by traps. Using these traps, the man took down all the men. He grabbed one of them and forced him to tell who really killed his daughter. To survive, the special forces soldier had to reveal where the killer was hiding. The man rushed to the target location, ready to finish his revenge.